So we're going to begin this meditation just a little bit different than we have in the past, and we're still letting your attention kind of come down into the belly. As you do, let your sort of center of gravity descend a bit down through the body. That if you just let your attention go like right to the very lowest point of the spine, the base of the spine. And we're just going to do this a few times, and on the inhale, you just sort of draw the energy as you're inhaling up the spine to the top of the head, and it kind of just a light exhale, and let this energy just drop down through the front of the spine. When it gets down to the bottom, you just draw it up again from the back of the spine, up the spine, over the top of the head, and then you just let it fall down through the front of the spine. And just do that 4 or 5 times, just to you're just encouraging the energy to have this kind of flow. After you've done it 4 or 5 times, and you just let the breath settle down into the belly again. Sometimes you'll find that there may be this kind of residual movement of a very subtle energy up the spine and over the top and down the front of the spine. But once you've set it in motion a few times, just let it go. Just kind of open some of the energetic pathways a bit. And then as you allow the breath to settle again just into the breathing in the belly, you're kind of transitioning now. You're not doing anything with it. You're just letting it settle on its own, find its natural rhythm. And intuitively feel and listen for the quietness all around the breath. You're actually experiencing the quietness at the very core of consciousness. And as you listen to that quiet and you feel it, it has this this sense, this feel of kind of timelessness. As if you're way down at the bottom of the ocean, and all the surface ripples and waves are far above you. And you're just listening and feeling into those still waters. And you can relax into that silence, into the sense of it, into the feel of it. It's just this very soft touch. It really doesn't take effort. Just listening to the quiet, merging into that ground of consciousness. The primary guidance here isn't really with the words. It's just with the silence. It's a kind of attunement. And in this stillness and quiet, you no longer experience yourself as the old personality, as the physical body, even though it's there. And as you listen to it and feel into it, you may notice there are no boundaries to this quiet dimension of consciousness. There are no edges. And just notice if there's any subtle sense of holding anywhere in the body, anywhere in the mind. And just remember you can just let it go. You can relax a little bit more. Just giving all of yourself to that quiet. No strain. Just a quiet act of surrender. And if anyone has a little bit of a busy mind, all you do is just leave it to be, and you can watch and feel the breath, and at the same time sense into the stillness all around the breath. It's a very light and easy touch. And some of you will notice that quite naturally attention will just transition from the breath into the quiet. And very easily and simply, just ask yourself, can I let go just a little bit more? Don't even try, just ask, can I let go just a little bit more? And as you just experience this depth of consciousness, you notice that all the more conditioned tendencies, wanting, not wanting, liking, disliking, agreeing, disagreeing, that as you just come into this depth, the depth of consciousness, it feels more and more unconditioned, less and less moved around. That you quite literally start to experience the unconditioned nature of your own being. And then any sense that you may have of being the meditator, the There's someone who's doing this, whatever that feel is for you, if it's there at all. Just, I want to invite you into just letting go of whatever your sense of the meditator is, of the one who's doing this. Just let that sense of the one who's doing this, even the one who's listening, just let it fall away. Just relax it. And for moments, you may touch upon a sense of just the meditation. No meditator, just the meditation. Just being. Now is a little moment of transition before the bell. Just have the feeling that you're breathing that depth of peace and stillness back up from the base of the spine up to the head, breathing in that peace and stillness, and then letting it fall down through the front of the spine, back into the lower belly and into the base. Breathing up that stillness through the body, around the top of the head and down the front. Once again, down the front of the spine. And then just let it go. just being, just consciousness, just peace.